Consider a common financial contradiction. A paycheck of $16,500 hits an account, and within 3 days, the balance drops to $2,143. This is the reality for Daniel, a senior consultant with a luxury car and a six-figure salary. Despite the high income, every month functions like a reset button, where the capital that arrives is immediately exhausted. The standard response to this situation is to pursue a higher salary. This is based on the assumption that wealth is generated solely by increasing the volume of active income. In a model of financial progression, life categorizes into 3 levels: survival, stability, and wealth. You can earn a top percentile salary and remain in survival. If lifestyle costs expand alongside raises, high income simply funds a more expensive baseline. This pattern suggests that the problem isn't a lack of capital. Instead, the focus shifts to the mechanical system used to process that capital. To fix the system, money must be viewed mechanically. In this framework, cash flow is the metric that dictates control, while income is merely the raw material. We can diagnose the issue using a visual ledger. For a high earner, the left side of the ledger is dominated by a massive block representing the salary inflow. However, lifestyle inflation creates corresponding outflow blocks on the right side. Rent, car payments, and dining expenses stack up until they match the inflow, preventing any net momentum. Then there are the unmonitored leakages. These are the silent drains, like forgotten subscriptions and impulse status spending, that remove the last remaining capital from the system. A high income without systemic control creates a high-burn lifestyle. The individual remains dependent on the next paycheck to keep the machine running. This process can be mapped as a pipeline, tracing the life cycle of money through 4 stages: earn, receive, allocate, and spend. In a typical high-earner system, the pipeline is a dead end. Every dollar that enters is exhausted at the final consumption stage, leaving nothing to move forward. A wealth-generating engine requires a different architecture. The pipeline must extend past consumption, looping capital back into a cycle of investing and compounding. Professionals use this equation to manage that loop. It balances all income types, active, passive, and portfolio, against the 5 major categories of loss: fixed costs, variables, debt, taxes, and leakages. By shrinking the subtraction side of this equation, the resulting net cash flow increases. This creates the surplus needed to move into the compounding phase. Until the system is re-engineered to generate the surplus, a high salary will continue to be consumed entirely by the lifestyle it supports. The first step in this new blueprint is establishing baseline control. This requires tracking every financial input and output with precision. Next, the manufactured surplus is created by identifying and removing the leakages. This converts wasted capital into a functional tool. This also requires reclassifying traditional status symbols. A luxury car, for instance, moves from the asset column to the cash flow drain category because it requires constant capital to maintain. After 1 year of operating under this architecture, the financial reality is different, even if the base salary hasn't changed. The money now follows an automated flow. Instead of disappearing into expenses, it is systematically routed into investments that generate their own momentum. This creates a state where the financial machine produces independent dividends. The individual's ability to sustain their life is no longer tied strictly to their daily labor. Income is the opportunity to build a system, but cash flow is the mechanism that provides control. Realizing wealth is the result of formalizing this control into an automated system. It is the transition from possessing temporary riches to maintaining a self-sustaining financial structure.